self-worth. Okay? So the number one reason we don't have such good boundaries, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, is we may have low self-worth. Because that came from everything that ever hurt us, or was confusing, misunderstanding. All of that teaches us we're a bad person. When we understand it, we may be able to say, we weren't a bad person, it was them, or we just did something bad. That's guilt. Okay? Thank you, Adrian, for the comment. Connie. I can't remember where you're from. Thank you, David. Cognitively, I understand, yet emotionally, I struggle. Wonderful support as usual. Your empathy and strength of character gives me hope in humanity. Thank you very much, Connie, for saying that. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, cognitively, we might know something, but emotionally, we may not do it. And that's why when people say knowledge is power, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because I know a lot of people who know a lot of things, and they have no power at all. They don't do anything about it. Okay? So, knowledge really isn't power, is it? Knowing something and doing it can be two different things. We have to be mindful and practice this and be aware of our behaviors. Thank you. Emily from Latvia. Hello, Emily. Hello, David. Thank you very much for commenting my story. Yes, I did meet this guy on a Tinder. How did I know that? Because he was toxic. I have now set up an account on Meetup. And there is a first event in May. Paintball. I can't wait. I might meet someone who is not married this time. I can't wait. Or maybe you'll meet someone who's married, but they tell you and they just want to be friends. Jeez, you know? I can't wait to get back and socialize and interact with new people. I'm so excited this feeling came back to me after 12 months going no contact from my ex. I feel more confident now. Huge thank you to you, David, for all your valuable videos. Yay! Emily, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing this. Give people some hope. Try this stuff. Meetups are great. Meetups are good. Some people still treat them as dating, but you're not supposed to. Meetups are simply meeting up with a group of people all interested in doing the same thing, not just dating and sex. Okay? Really. And they're great. I've tried them. Such a good idea. It really is. And we're being able to do these things more and more now. Thank you, Emily. Deeper roots, higher self is D from Germany. Hi, D. You left a really long comment. It was great, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to get right to the point. Let me read the little intro first you have here. Thanks for your input, as always. About the people saying it was their worst experience, it definitely was the worst experience of my life. The pain after the discard took from late January until recently 6 months in total hell. Then it got better. For 6 months, I felt like I had been ripped apart. I still don't know if I'm able to trust anyone ever again. I think trusting myself is a goal that's good enough. That's it. Now it's 8 months later. Soon it's going to be 9. I still have flashbacks and nightmares where I ask him why, and I cry in my dreams, being totally exhausted when I wake up. Talk to somebody, D. Talk to people about this stuff and get it out, okay? Make sense of it so it's not so traumatizing. Sure, I can date other people, but I'm scared by this experience. That's the truth. And the problem is I was attracted to him. It wasn't just him being attracted to me. So how do you trust yourself after being attracted to your dysfunctional parents again and again? You heal from it. You heal. You understand and learn with compassion and empathy what happened to you. And understand your parents more and more. What happened to them. Healing from this alleviates shame. Some of the reasons that we are so scared of relationships and forming new ones now is because our brain's trying to protect us. Our brain's trying to say, hey, you keep failing and traumatizing by doing this, so just don't try anymore. Your brain doesn't care about you being happy, though. Just safe. So if you want to be happy, and the best way to be happy is have great relationships with people, we got to go try again, don't we? But we got to be safe, so we got to learn. We've got to learn. You don't have to trust anybody. If you want to have beautiful, healthy, loving relationships, eventually we need to trust. But we were taught wrong. Like I just said a few minutes ago, parents didn't teach us how to have boundaries and keep us safe. Okay? We have to trust ourselves. So by learning what happened to you in your past and let's say your past relationships with people you just had, your last relationship, by learning exactly everything that happened in that situation, we'll know what went wrong. We'll know what to fix about ourselves. If we aren't taught to process emotion and say, hey, this is uncomfortable, I don't like this, this is dangerous, and I'm going to stop, I'm going to take control and stand back and put some boundaries up and some space, then we're going to fail. We're always going to fail. And we need to trust ourselves. We don't have to trust everybody else, okay? I hope that makes sense. Thanks for asking all of this, Dee, and thanks for bringing this up. I'm sorry you're suffering at night in your dreams. Talk to somebody. Not a friend, not family, not the neighbor, not the mailman, a professional. Professional that you can trust and get everything out and not worried about judgment. Somebody that has heard this before, similar, that knows how to help you. Ask the right questions is crucial. But there is just so much in talking to somebody, okay? We're forced to really introspect, process it, and express our emotion, things like this, and it's healing. That's it. So how do you trust yourself after being attracted to your dysfunctional parents again and again? And you said, actually, I can't trust myself. And so we heal. We heal from your childhood and really, really understand it, okay? And then we can start changing things about ourselves. We can start changing our behaviors and our thought patterns once we identify it, recognize it, and know how, okay? And being more mindful and aware, and there's no better way to do that than meeting with somebody on a periodic basis that helps you do this, okay? Thank you. Richard from Ireland. Hello, Richard. Do you think that the damaged BPD person hurts you unconsciously because they see you as the person who abandoned and hurt them and want to inflict all their pain onto their abuser? Because the pain I felt from it didn't feel like my own. I felt like I had somehow taken all of her pain, hatred, and anxiety into me. The pain that she carries around unconsciously all of the time. Can't explain it properly. Yeah, you're onto it. Definitely. Borderlines are the unhealed, traumatized victim. It just happened. I don't care if it was their childhood, it just happened. Okay? And they can't process and accept all these emotions. They don't know what to do with them, and they're dependent on others to do that for them. And so they will literally transfer these emotions. They'll get so upset till you finally get upset and start calming yourself down and calming them down. Because they don't do it. They can't do it. Do you think the damaged BPD person hurts you unconsciously? Well, that's a tricky question, right? We have conscious and unconscious. And major part of borderline personality disorder is not being aware. Not aware of yourself, not aware of your emotions, not aware of your behaviors, your actions, and the pain that you inflict on people, not completely. So although some try to hurt you on purpose, they may not totally feel how bad it hurts you. They might even know it does, but not truly understand it or be aware of it, okay? So you talked about abandonment, the person who abandoned and hurt them. Abandonment, fear of abandonment is a huge part of borderline's lives. And it's not just borderline, okay? It's a lot of you guys out there suffering from CPTSD because we've been abandoned. And there's not just physical abandonment, right? It's not just where our parents didn't give us the food and the shelter and the clothes and stuff like this that we needed. It's emotional abandonment. And most of you, really most of you, have been emotionally neglected, and that's a form of abandonment. No emotional connection with mom, abandonment. And a lot of us and borderlines have been abandoned too. Literally, mom or dad left. So fear of abandonment comes from relationships with people or a person that did abandon you without any explanation, without any reason, just didn't tell you anything and just bam, gone. No warning, just boom. And so we develop this fear until we can have better relationships that have security in them, where we feel secure. Borderlines didn't have that ever. No security at all. So they haven't healed from it, right? And they reenact this. And what happens is the emotions are brought up again, right? And it's familiar. It sets them back to that time where they felt this, and they start playing this out again as if this is the same scenario. They're so scared of it happening that here it is. It's happening again. Their brain just keeps telling them, here we go again, here we go again. And they get super scared and fear of abandonment. And so some of the things that all of us can do, not just borderlines with fear of abandonment, is really, for one, appreciate the relationship you're in now, okay? You know, present is so much more beneficial than the past or the future. We can plan our future together, okay? But reenacting this fear that someone's going to abandon me because I've been abandoned before, we have to stop this somehow. Find a way to not play this out in our brains and say, this is totally new. This is a totally different relationship with a totally different person. They're not going to abandon me. The reasons we were abandoned is because we were in unhealthy, toxic relationships where our needs weren't met. We had no security. People that abandon and discard without explanations and ghost and stuff like this, they don't offer security. There wasn't security in the relationship anyways. So we start learning what that is and how to provide that for ourselves so that we are more secure in relationships. I never had much of a fear of abandonment at all. I was very trustworthy and trusting. And I mean, I had a girlfriend that I used to work nights, and I would give my friends money, say, hey, take her out sometimes, you know, because I'd work 5-6 nights in a row, and she'd just wait at home for me, or every once in a while maybe go out with somebody. But I said, go ahead and go out. I mean, I trusted her that much. But when she started cheating on me, I was jealous. I was jealous and had fear of abandonment. So there's no security in the relationship, okay? So be mindful, appreciate and enjoy the relationship you're in now. Try not to reenact this and tell yourself that this is not the same situation I was in. Talk about these abandonment issues and the exact experiences you've had until they feel better and you understand them more, okay? But having a better sense of self and having stronger, healthier relationships should make fear of abandonment go away, all right? Thank you. Thank you, Richard. And was there any more I wanted to add? Yeah, anybody that causes pain to other people, you can know that they're experiencing pain. You know, the hurt people, right? And so when people are trying to hurt you a lot and causing pain and stuff like this, they're hurting inside, okay? People that have fear of abandonment have been abandoned, period. And they need to heal from this, heal from their past abandonment issues, and start trying to be mindful, have a better attitude in relationships. This typically happens when relationships go too fast. That can happen, right? Where we don't feel secure. And we meet emotional security by communicating, being vulnerable. We tell people, hey, I feel this way. I feel insecure. I feel like you're going to leave me. And people have their own problems that they work on. And then there's problems in the relationship, okay? And we can't fix each other's problems, but we both work together to fix the problems in a relationship always, okay? Thank you, Richard. No name. Don't know where you're from. Oh, Nia from Sweden. That's right. Hi, Nia. What do you do if you are unknowingly plotted into triangulation by the ex-narc? His new girlfriend, this is an awful story. I read this already. And I think I have one more after this, but this is an awful story. And a lot of us can learn something from this, okay? And avoid a bad experience from this. His new girlfriend contacted me and asked for help, telling me how she wants advice, how to move on because she's going through a rough time because of him. I genuinely believed her because of her sincerity and did make the mistake of telling her private things, only to later find out that this was all arranged by my ex. I tried contacting him to ask what the hell was going on. He didn't pick up, but forwarded it to her, and she asked me to talk to her instead. I asked her why she did this, and she reflected it on me, saying they wanted to find out whether I was still interested in him or not. I feel so humiliated and stressed out after sharing my trauma with her, genuinely believing she needed help and wanting to help her out since I was a victim myself not too long ago. It makes me sick she faked all this time and shared those conversations with my ex. I feel hurt, sad, upset, and shocked, and I don't know how to move on from this. Nia from Sweden. What an awful experience. I'm really sorry, Nia. I'm really sorry. It's not your fault, okay? What they both did is really sick and wrong, and it's their fault, not yours, okay? So what can we do to avoid this? Let's look back and see some of these things that we might have done. First, this may not even be the truth. I don't know. You might know better than me, right? You know them and you experience this, not me. But what I think is she was genuine in the beginning and then changed her mind and went back to the addiction, right? You'll see this a lot with drug addicts and other people that have addictions and dependencies, and they will ask for help and be all like, oh, I'm going to quit and thank you for helping me and being there. And then they'll turn on you and bite you and go back to doing drugs. This sounds like this. She's dependent. She's dating a narcissist. So they're both a massive codependent relationship. It sounds like he screwed her over and he's been hurting her, just like she said. She went to you for help, right? And you started helping her. And then at some point she wanted her sick, disgusting, dependent relationship back with him, because that's number one. And she pooped all over you and said she only did it to make you upset or because you hurt me. And then he says he felt threatened and he says, you better tell her this or that. That's what it sounds like to me, honestly. That's what it sounds like to me. But I don't know. I don't know if that helps. What do you think? I'd love to know what you think, Nia. Let me know. How do you move on from this? Well, we learn, okay? So how did it feel when she contacted you? Did you get a little nervous? Did you not like it? Was it uncomfortable? Did you not want to do it? Right? For one, I'm going to tell you, anybody that's in a relationship with a narcissist is not healthy. Okay? And I'm not judging. They're not bad. Just unhealthy. I was extremely unhealthy when I was in a relationship with a narcissist. And I believe that so you were too. And when we get out of this relationship with a sick person like a narcissist, we start to evaluate all the relationships and we realize, God, my friends are friends with him and they're all sick. His family's all sick, right? And so she's sick. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't associate with people who are in relationships with your ex anyways, okay? You said that you made a mistake of telling her private things. Mistakes are good to make. That's good that you know that. Call it a mistake and we just don't do it again next time, okay? We've got to have boundaries, and that's emotional boundaries. We don't meet somebody and start talking about our traumas right away. We don't start talking about our marriage right away. We don't start talking about our children right away and everything that ever hurt us and was, traumatizing and bad and negative. We don't do that right away. And if she just called you and started telling you, you did it the first time you started talking to her, okay? So these are all red flags, okay? So I think some things that you could learn from this, Nia, is people that are in relationships with abusers and an abusive, codependent, nasty, exploitative relationships are sick and need time to heal. And they don't make the best friends and the best boyfriends and the best girlfriends right away. They need some time, okay? If your ex is considered emotionally dangerous to you, so is she, okay? We don't move fast like this and divulge everything about ourselves to people right away, okay? We also be very careful helping people, because Nia, you can't help her with her problem. You can't. Even if you're a therapist, you can't help her. It's too personal. I can't help people in my family very much with these problems. I say, go get help. Go find someone to help you. Because it's too personal. It's too close. I can't. Okay? So you're not really going to help her with her problems. You're trying to be there for emotional support, and that's very sweet of you. But the biggest reason we get caught helping people is because we typically identify with their trauma. We identify, say, oh, me too. Me too. I want to help you. We got to help ourselves, Nia. And she needs to help herself. So remember that from now on. That people in these situations need to help themselves. We are such enablers. We can be such enablers and here's the most common situation I hear all the time. I have a friend, let's say me, I have a friend who's a guy and he's in this relationship with this girl for like 4 years and just constantly calls me up like once a week, and he's crying. He's saying, oh my God, you won't believe what she did to me. And I say, oh man, that's horrible. I'm sorry. What a, whatever she is. And that's nasty and that's messed up. And he's like, oh, thanks for making me feel better. And then he goes right back to her. The next week he calls me up, oh, you won't believe what she did this time. And he's all upset and he's up, I'm sorry, man. Oh, that sucks. I'm simply enabling him now to never get the help he needs, to never fix the problems in the relationship or end it. And it's total dependency, and he leans on me to help him through the times to never really fix it. It's enabling, total enabling. And so most of the time when I hear people with codependent behaviors, tendencies, say, I wanted to help somebody, it's I want to change somebody. It is. So we've got to accept people for who they are. And if someone is very sick and ill, we accept them for that. And we don't try to change them. We don't try to help them. We don't try to fix them. They need to do it. And she's not doing it when she reaches out to her boyfriend's ex to talk crap about him. Because I think that's what she was doing on purpose. And then she backtracked and said, oh, I was doing it for you, or he made, whatever it was. But that's what I think. I'd love to know what you think, if that you think that that's possible, Nia. And again, I'm terribly sorry. So the best way to move on from this is talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it, and talk about it until you feel better about it and really understand what was going on. This isn't your fault, Nia. I don't care if you let her in your house. I don't care what you did. It does not mean that it's your fault when people hurt you, okay? No victim blaming here. But we've got to understand what happened so we don't keep making mistakes. Are great, but how many times can you make this same one, right? Before it's just, oh my gosh, what do I do now? You'll be okay, Nia. Okay? Talk to somebody about this experience. Talk and talk and talk. Try to understand it. Let me know if you think that I helped you understand it a little bit more. Give me more details if you want. I'll help you more, okay? Thank you, Nia. And I think, yep, this is the last one. Liebes Love from Cyprus. All the way from Cyprus. Hello. Hi, David. Yet another eye-opening video from you this week. Thank you. Thank you. The whole topic of how a narcissist is born just fascinates me. So your perspectives really have me glued. Also, I feel people really do put far too much time and energy into social media these days. Do they ever? The invisible pressure that it puts on people is very damaging. I have never used any social media platform in my life and feel that I am not missing anything. I truly recommend this to all out there. Let's just focus on ourselves and not what others are doing or saying. Love ourselves first, right, David? Yes. So important to what you just said, because social media, for one, we have people in our interpersonal life, right? I have somebody says, I try to get them off social media and, oh, I love it. I love social media. I get to talk to my friends. No, you're not talking to your friends on social media. You're typing stupid memes and stuff like this, right? Because if they're in your life, if they're your friends, call them up. Call them up, talk on the phone, hang out with them. Leave the social media alone. Because the other people that we're socializing with, which really isn't socializing, the other people we don't even know, right? And that's most. So we're out there socializing with people we don't know, with no names or no face, and who knows what their name is. We don't know them. It doesn't matter. It's the worst form of communication. It's unaccountable. It's irresponsible, right? And I just see, what I see most that I just can't stand is people expressing their opinions, and opinions just, I don't value people's opinion unless I value the person in my life and the relationship I have with that person. Those are the people's opinions that if I had a girlfriend named Brenda, then I really appreciate and value Brenda's opinion. But Tom, Dick, and Harry on Facebook, I could care less what they say. I could care less what they think. And then you get into politics and religion and stuff like this, and I see fights all the time. Stupid. It's opinion. You can't prove, opinion means you can't prove it right or wrong. So arguing about it is absolutely pointless, because you're not going to change anybody else's opinion, are you? You're not. You're on there trying to fight and trying to argue and defend yourself, things like this. It's just, what a waste of time. Go outside and accomplish something you want to accomplish with somebody someone's opinion that you really value, right? I see it all the time. I just barely go on my Facebook and I see, because I have to. And I'll see people from my high school, just every time, just every day posting something political on there, just starving for an argument. Or the people that just want attention. Gosh, I'll see people post what an amazing act of kindness they just did today. Oh, I just really helped somebody that fell down. Isn't that amazing of me? Yeah, it is. It's not so amazing when you got to tell everybody. It's amazing that you did it, not that you posted it on Facebook, right? Or the people that use it for attention. Countless. And I say women because I see women do this more. The selfies every day. Selfie this, selfie this. Smile with my makeup and my hair all blown out, and my makeup and my nails, and I show my jewelry and I say, oh, I'm going to Cancun. It's like, oh, dude. And then they get the 30, 50, 100 hearts and likes, and you're so hot, and this and that, and they're like, thanks. And then the next day, a new one. Oh, Jesus, you're not helping yourself at all. At all. And people, what's it? People obsess on people on there, right? And stalk people and smear people, and then you're out there defending yourself and you're investigating to see if your ex is cheating on you and stuff. It's just sick, man. I honestly, I don't really see much benefits from most social media accounts. I guess YouTube's considered a social media platform, and I love YouTube for that reason, that for the videos, not so much the company, but I like this platform. But yeah, and especially now with what's going on, right? Everything's closed, can't leave and stuff. People are on social media more. Just means more disgusting. Sorry to make such a rant. I know a lot of you guys like your social media accounts and you enjoy them, and maybe they aren't toxic and you're not trying to just get attention and you're not arguing with people. That's great. At least be mindful of the time and energy you put into it. Okay? Think of what you can accomplish in your life by putting that same amount of time and energy that you do into Facebook into accomplishing a goal, right? Thank you. I agree with you. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Beautiful questions. Let me know what you think of my answers, please. And keep asking questions. Give me more details on some of these if you want a better answer or more opinion. Just keep giving me more details. I encourage all of you to keep asking questions. Please, please, please. Thank you. I'd appreciate any support you guys give. The little comments down below where you just thank me and tell me where you're from are wonderful. It makes this video more active, and that helps in the rhythm of YouTube, okay? And please subscribe to my channel. A lot of you guys ask me questions. You're not even subscribed to my channel. I don't know why. A lot of you guys says, well, I don't have an actual account. Can you make an account? It takes 30 seconds. Oh, I don't want to because my ex will know what I'm doing. You can get a different email and you can just call yourself something else. You don't have to use your actual name. I don't even know how they could stalk you that much, but thank you. I put work into these, and I appreciate your guys' appreciation and support. Thank you. You can find me at daviddemars.com if you like coaching. Love yourself first, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.